Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be recognized amongst this prestigious group of leaders. First, a few words about my personal and professional journey to today, serving as the CFO and head of operations of the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, a new kind of philanthropy that Priscilla Chan and Mark Zuckerberg started a few years ago. I'll come back to that in a few. There's this wonderful little story that the author David Foster Wallace used to tell about these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim for a little bit, and then eventually one of them looks at the other and says, "What in the world is water?" I love this story because it has such parallel to what I've experienced in my life and what we often don't think about, the simple things that shape our lives and make our identity what it is. I am one of 6 kids of all different ethnicities, lucky enough to be adopted and loved by driven, community, and education-minded parents who happen to be white, fully invested in all of us, including the many foster kids who flowed in and out of our family as I grew up in the Midwest in the 70s and 80s. I like to say my parents were the Angelina Jolie and Madonna of their time, but with way less money before it was in style. I owe my perspective on the value of diversity to them. It was just the way we grew up. Growing up, my brothers and sisters and I were lucky enough to have the constant source of inspiration from our mom, who earned a PhD in math and computer science, while she and my dad, an engineer, adopted the first 2 of us. Their paths were out of the norm for the time and required a lot of navigation outside of their comfort zone. Their example inspired my siblings and I to always question our own comfort zones, to seek opportunities that would help us grow as people and round out our skill set rather than just advance us some ladder. From my first job working for Arthur Andersen in St. Louis and DC, to my foray into Silicon Valley and tech, where I worked in roles at eBay, PayRent.com, and PayPal, it was this mindset that helped me be a better employee, a better partner, and also a better leader. I am most proud of the times I haven't been afraid to jump on a big opportunity, even when I didn't feel completely ready, as well as when I've seen colleagues and mentees do the same. One example I'd like to give is that the CEO at eBay at the time, John Donahoe, he pulled a group of us together, about 7 or 8 women, and he, as part of his legacy, really wanted to help others succeed. And one of the stories he told us very early on was the fact that one of the things he still struggles with is not feeling ready. And that gave me the confidence that if this guy, who I always saw as one of the most successful people I knew, could do it, that any of us could. Being willing to feel that fear, that nervousness, and take the leap anyway, I'm sure this is something many of you in the room can relate to, even though it's not obvious to others. This is a frequent theme of encouragement I give to young people when they're paving their way through their careers. Another key secret to success that I've learned along the way is that hiring well, especially hiring with diversity of background, thoughts, and views in mind, can better enable you to learn new areas and skills and ensure that you're always addressing the root cause issues of the challenge and therefore designing a solution that is not only effective but also scales. In all of the senior roles I've had, I've been able to leverage people and teams that already had expertise in areas that were newer to me without letting the fear of self-doubt or "I'm not offering anything here" deter me, although I'll say that's a continuous journey. As a leader, you have to be willing to take this opportunity to build diverse teams, leverage your team's talents, and then show others the value that that can deliver. But I've also found that it's so important not to feel like I need to know it all, own it all, or do it all. But I've also said that it's essential to give people around you and who came before you credit, allowing them to participate in your learning process, in your learning curve, and also shine along the way. And speaking of credit, I have to say that one of the people that always pushes me, that's always saying they'd be lucky to have you, is my husband, Willie, who's here with us today. Now to my current learning curve. CZI is Chan Zuckerberg Initiative is an amazing organization that's changing the game in philanthropy and social impact. I feel so lucky and privileged to be part of the ambitious mission that Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan have set out on. At CZI, we want to build a future for everyone by engineering change at scale in science, education, and issues related to justice and opportunity. We've set goals, huge goals, like helping to cure, prevent, or manage all disease by the end of the century. So that's small. Empowering every learner to succeed in this ever-changing world, and breaking down systemic barriers to opportunity through criminal justice reform, access to affordable housing, and greater economic mobility for all. And we're unique in that the backbone of this organization is technology, which serves as an accelerator to deliver those solutions to many. But something that is especially close to my heart is that CZI believes that the only way we can design solutions that truly address the root cause issues in these areas of focus is to build an organization that reflects the communities we serve. Quick PSA, table over here in the back, my colleagues are here. Make sure to have people from recruiting, we are hiring. I'm learning a great deal on the expertise of members of my team and other colleagues, some of whom I'm pleased to have here with me today. In closing, let me again say what an honor it is to be receiving this award. I love what Andrea and Denmark and the team are building with Culture Shift Labs and weekends, and the theme that there is, in fact, profit in diversity. I am in awe of so many of you and your accomplishments. It takes all of us to believe that we can demonstrate the value of diversity and the need for inclusion in society and business. I look forward to continuing this journey with each of you. Thank you so much.